Sixth order of the day is a motion on need to improve the budget process in Nigeria, standing in the name of Hon Mansur Manu Soro. Hon Soro is invited to move the motion.
On you and the members of this House for finding time to conduct with Manu Soro family over the death of our father. I pray that may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant him mercy and admit him to Jannah. I now read my motion on notice on the need to improve the budget process in Nigeria. The House do note that the annual budget plays a crucial role in economic management and development policies of any nation, as it is the main mechanism of fiscal policy and the tool through which government could stabilize and influence economic direction of a country. The House also notes that standard global public sector budgetary practice requires the implementation of a defined budgetary framework synchronized with timelines or a standard budgetary calendar to reduce uncertainties and promote compliance and coordination. Aware that the federal government budget process perennially experiences delay, despite the effort of the relevant entities involved in the budgeting process. Also aware that budget delay impacts negatively on economic growth of Nigeria, as a 2018 study shows that a 100 days delay in the implementation of budget tends to depress the economy by at least 2.5%. Further aware that Nigeria's experience of a prolonged budget process has imposed substantial economic costs on the public and private sectors of the economy. Concerned that such a delay leads to poor budget implementation, which has a direct correlation to poor service delivery in the public service. Worried that the delay introduces opacity in the budget process, leading to induced diversion of public funds and resources and corruption, which has become the scourge of the society. Also worried that foreign and domestic private sector investment is adversely affected due to uncertainty on the strategic direction of the government. The House resolved as follows. 1, to urge the Federal Executive Council to automate the national budget formulation, execution, and reporting process. Number 2, to mandate the committees on finance, appropriation, and justice to convene a legislative summit with relevant stakeholders to improve the budget process in Nigeria. I so move. And programs. The importance of government spending, which the public sector budget provides to a nation's economy, can never be overemphasized. The great American economist of the 19th century and the father of Keynesian economics, in the person of John Maynard Keynes, posited that every government spending brings about cycles of increased employment and prosperity. Other economists argued that for such a government spending to achieve its targeted objectives, it has to be implemented within the confines of a standardized budgetary calendar with a defined time frame for each and every activity. Mr. Speaker, an attachment to this motion is a proposal to those activities, which I want the House to have a look at. It is deeply regretting to note that in the last 20 years of our nation's democracy, Nigeria has failed 18 times to operate a January to December budgetary calendar. This sad development has continued to retard economic growth. It has continued to bring about negative domestic investment. I believe we have reached a time for the institution of the legislature to engage the executive arm on this budget delay and have a solution that is permanent. In view of this submission, I want to call on the Honorable House to consider this motion as well as the attachment, and call on the federal government and all the relevant entities involved in the budgeting process to return this country to January to December budgetary calendar.